Hi, this is Jeff Raybman. I'm a student in EDM 310, summer 2011. Um, First of all, I guess I want to say, Dr. Strange, this is the most work-intensive class I have ever taken in my life. I'm a science guy. Most of what I've done has been, it's not really burnt back stuff like you were talking about, like a history class would be, maybe, but we had to learn lots of facts, and we had to know how the facts interacted with each other. So you couldn't just memorize, you had to understand the sciences that I took. But never have I done this kind of work in a class. Um, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. In this class, probably the thing I would use the most in teaching would be the blogging. I really thought the blogging was pretty good. Even if I had to send them to a computer lab, I could send 4, 5, 6 students per day, and they could go do their blog. Probably get an English teacher to work with me, and they get a grade from both of us. They like the system likes that kind of stuff where you work with another teacher, and interdisciplinary teaching is what they call it. And I think it would be great for teaching them their reading and writing and spelling skills, because there's just so many kids out there that can't read very well. So many kids that don't really know how to write, and their spelling is horrendous. It was horrendous before texting, and now with all the abbreviations that all these kids use when they're texting things, they really that's how they want to spell everything with in shorthand. Um, and that's fine while they're texting, but I think they need to know that there is a different way, and the other way is more correct than what they're using when they're texting. Um, but I do think blogging would be a really good thing. The podcast, I think podcasts could be very useful. Um, I could put them in groups. I let them teach little sections. Each group teach a little section, because that's the best way to learn something is by teaching it. Um, they could put their little podcast together and present it to the class. Um, they would learn some computer skills, but at the same time, they would be learning the subject matter that I teach, whether it's chemistry, physics, biology, physiology, whatever. Uh, if they're learning it well enough to teach it on video, then they're going to know it pretty well, and that would be a good thing. Um, I think uh, I think the timeline is a pretty handy little thing. Kind of lets kids give them some perspective in when things happen, and uh, and also I think it'd be good for them to just to go get images from Google Images to match whatever concept it is or whatever event it is that they're trying to put in a timeline. So I think timelines could be useful uh, in the public school system or in any school system. The smartboard, even though I've never seen it used like it was really intended to be used, I don't think, in an interactive way. I think the possibility is there, and do. I am glad that I learned how the basics of a smartboard. Um, I may can even go teach it to my sister, because I don't. She's got one in her room, but she never uses it because she says she doesn't know how. Even though they give them like 2, 3 hours of training on it, and that's it. And things just go by so fast. Um, the last thing I think that I could really use, or the kids would enjoy, and I think they'd also learn, is the geocache thing. I thought that was a pretty neat concept. Um, kids, so many kids don't know north from south, east from west, that kind of stuff. And also, map reading is not a skill a lot of kids have developed, and I think both are worthy. So I probably would teach that. Um, I feel like I've learned quite a bit this summer. Probably my biggest regret is if I had known what this class was about, I would have taken it in a full length semester instead of this summer, because it does take me a little bit of time to assimilate stuff, um, just to make it all come together so I can understand how point A connects to point B. Um, I got through this stuff, but I'll have to go back and uh, there's a good chance I'll go back and do all this stuff again, just to reinforce it, because that's how you learn, by repetition. Somebody wake you up in the middle of the night, say, "What's 2 times 3?" and you say 6 without even thinking about it, because they have had it ground into them so many times. So I think that's how you learn, is by doing stuff. Which, in some of the stuff you have, we've made several videos, and I feel comfortable doing what I'm doing right now. I don't have any problem with it. But some of the stuff I could stand to go back and look at again, and I will, because if I'm going to use it, then I'll need to know it. I need to know more than the kids do, even though the kids are very computer literate. Um, so other things that I thought were neat ideas, I don't know when they'll happen, is the using cell phones and uh, touch screens in the classroom. So many kids have cell phones nowadays that I could see that being a possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen quickly or not, but I could see that happening. Um, I don't really have anything about the class that I dislike other than the pace of it, and that's my own fault for taking it in the summer.